I'm Jason Shapiro,
bringing you an enhanced audiovisual experience.
the legend of Two Cities podcast.
You're honestly not going to believe me if I told you where I've been in the last 6 months. All I can tell you is it's been like I'm inside a hole and sand just keeps filling that hole and filling that hole, and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to get out until right now. The amount of times that I stepped into the studio, glanced at all my equipment, thought about how to continue with the series. Blank. Emptiness. No zest. No liss. Until I sat today and thought to myself, what is the most important thing to you? What does this whole journey come to? And then I realize it has absolutely everything to do with my family, my nucleus, my inner circle, my wife, Mandi, who is so incredible in every way possible. I cannot even explain to you ever how much this woman truly means to me. The strong-willed sense of character that she has, the ability as a mother, as a wife. So let's get started on how we actually met, how our union began. This isn't your usual boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl. It's not that kind of story. Mandi and I met at a New Year's Eve function. Some friends of ours had just come back from Israel, and I was very friendly with the guy and she was very friendly with the girl. They had gotten married in Israel, had a child, and decided to come back. So I'm sitting there over a frying pan, frying halloumi cheese in butter. And Mandi, who is the most sensational chef, comes to me all coy and quiet, and she says, "What are you doing? That looks so interesting." Mandi was hooked. I was emotionally unavailable. Could have been Mandi, could have been anybody. I just wasn't ready. Too much had happened, too much had gone on behind the scenes of my life. And I didn't know how to feel anything literally for anybody. And time went on and we became thick as thieves. We were uber best friends. It was ridiculous. We would have coffee dates daily, dinners as often as possible. We would watch every movie together. We did everything together. She was my everything. I have never been so intertwined with a human being ever before, where we literally finished each other's sentences. We literally, it was Mandi and I. And then disaster struck, at least the first disaster. Mandi's grandparents, that same year of that December, that same year, 2015, Mandi and I got a call that her grandparents had been in this crazy home invasion and they were attacked to almost dead. And we rushed to the hospital and we saw the situation. It was chaos. And the whole family were there, and I met this family who would soon take me on a 10-year journey that I was not ready for. Regardless, I found myself at the hospital waiting room every day in the canteen, eating a toasted sandwich, waiting for visiting hours, waiting for Mandy. I wanted to make sure that I beat the family there and I was there on time, because timing is not, as you can see, timing is not exactly my forte. And one night I did exactly that. It was visiting hours. I was there half an hour early, got my toasted sandwich, and in walked Mandy, but something was different. I felt different. And her grandfather had just woken up from this horrendous encounter. And it was time for Mandy to go and see her grandfather. And she said to me, I must come with. I had been there every single day of this, post this attack. The old man looked up at us with fondness in his eyes. He was in and out. I strongly believe that people who have been through that kind of trauma, who are knocking literally on death's door, I believe they speak a completely different language. And he said, you two. And we looked at each other and we laughed. We said to him, no, that's not going to happen. It was that same day that Mandy sent me a message. She said about this coming to the hospital and seeing me and waiting for me and everything that you do. I said yes. She says, you're trying to be my boyfriend. It came like such a shock. It came like a dagger through me that I couldn't explain. I'd never had an experience like this before. I'd never felt this way before. Where I said to her, okay, then let's not be friends. And we severed, we broke complete communication. And that was about July 2015, after the most incredible friendship I have ever had. And then things just went dark. I lost myself. I was empty. Side story. I had a friend, a male friend. I can laugh and smile at him today. He was an absolute sociopath, narcissist, scum of the earth of note. We were friends from teenagers. And he always wanted to be me. Everything from the cars that he bought, to the things that he did, to how he carried himself, how he walked, how he spoke. all of it. So much so, he thought he'd have a go at me. But this guy was cunning. This was the kind of guy who had so many different lifestyles, lives, and people within those lives. Nobody ever knew where he was at any given point. He was engaged to be married at the time that Mandi and I stopped speaking. And I was very close to his fiancée and him, obviously. All of a sudden, he became a lot more unavailable, mysterious. Something was going on. But I maintained my friendship. I maintained my close connection to his fiancée. Mandi became this unbroken, sacred person that I never spoke of at all. Not good, not bad. I just didn't speak about Mandi. It is just, she was just my quiet, my. Anyway, one day, this character, everything started to catch up with him. Where he was, how he was, who he was with, what he was doing. And the one Friday afternoon in April of 2026, 9 months after Mandi and I parted ways, he got arrested in front of me. We were on one of these joy rides where he'd take me on a thrill and we go around the city. And he got arrested for fraud in front of my very own eyes. He threw me with his cell phone, he threw me with his car keys, and he says, "Go to my parents, they will know what to do." At this point, I am so naive and so stupid about who this person is. I am so blind. And I've been friends with him for like 15 years. It's insane how stupid I am. So he goes to jail. It was very strategic. If you go to jail on a Friday, there is no conceivable way that you're getting out. You are sitting that weekend. You are going to sit. So he was in Hillbrow, and I was consoling his fiancée, who was in the process of selling everything that they owned just to make the bail for the charges of fraud. And she's sitting with me on the Saturday night, and she's saying, "He's cheating on me. He's cheating on me. I know it. He's just cheating on me." And as naive and as stupid as I was, I said to her, "No, he's not cheating on you, because I would know and I would have done the right thing in telling you." Boy, oh boy, did I know what hit me. So Monday morning, his fiancee's there with the bail money. It's his father, his fiancée, myself, my mother, sitting in the courtroom, watching this lump of a man, dirty, filthy, come out to see the judge and to get the verdict on his situation. And he made bail. Jeez, this guy could get out of a lot of problems. He could get out of literally anything. And I leave the court, and we're on the way home, and he's on the way home with his fiancée and his father to have a shower and get himself back together. and I get a familiar message. It's Mandy. But she's not checking on me. She wants to know where he is. With prior knowledge of the exchange with his fiancée, I say to her, Mans, it's so good to hear from you. Whatever's going on, just know he is engaged to be married and maybe it's best left where it is. And we talk. And we talk. And we talk and we continue to talk all the way through the night, that Monday night, into the Tuesday morning. And I'm feeling frisky now. I'm like, Mandy, come on. We never did anything. We never said anything. We never nothing. Let's do this. And she says, well, gee, you know, there's this guy. Again, I am so stupid back then. I thought I had street smarts. I have nothing. So I basically say to her, who's this guy? What's this guy? Let's just get on with it. And Mandy says, I just want to be serious. And I responded in about a split second. I said, okay, let's be serious. Little did I know those words would change my life forever. Mandy said, I can't come to you just yet. There's something that I need to do. So she only got to me on the Tuesday, sort of midday, early afternoon. I remember the passion and the extent of the energy that when our souls collided, and I just sat her down and said, you know, Mandy, I said, Mandy, love you. She looked at me, she said, Jason, I always loved you. Yes, it all came out that it was him and he was having an affair and he was, that's all very obvious. And he would soon not exist in my world or be a part of my story. He actually married the girl. Can you believe that fact? He managed to get away with everything, this guy. Everything. And I guess the take home is everything has its time. Everything is supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen. Take this episode. This episode is supposed to happen right now. It is supposed to be in this way, unscripted, unfiltered. Mandy and I were not meant to be together. We were not destined. There was so much that is still going to happen that I was not ready for, that she was not ready for. We just weren't ready. This took effort. This took growth. This took two people meeting over halloumi cheese in a frying pan, who were both broken and lost, who needed 9 months of full separation to figure their shit out, get it together, come back together through the devastation of the stupid idiot going to jail, and being strong enough for the other to have this relationship, to experience this incredible union of two people, to soon create the legend of two cities in leaving for Cape Town. And just to remember that not everything in this world happens when you want it to happen. Sometimes things just need to come at the right time.
Message me at legendoftwocities.com.